and for you guys to watch again. Okay, so we're starting at the very beginning. We have our ukulele. The way you hold it, whether you are right-handed or left-handed, is with the headstock pointing to your left. It doesn't matter if you're right-handed or left-handed. In fact, if you're left-handed, you are at an advantage because the left hand is the one that we use for the most complex parts. So you want to just let it kind of sit naturally on your lap, or I'm using a strap because I'm standing up some. Just let it sit comfortably. The best thing about a folk instrument is that, unlike classical instruments, if you think about the violin or even piano, where there are so many specifics, exactly how you hold it, exactly how you move things, a folk instrument is more about how it feels, if it's comfortable to you, and if it's fun to you. So let it sit relaxed in your lap. Your left hand is going to be sort of supporting the neck, and then your right hand is going to be just loosely strumming. So the first thing that we're going to do to even start off, before we tune or anything, is we're going to practice just strumming. Now, nothing with your left hand, just strumming like this. We're going to strum straight down. Now, I like to use my thumb when I'm strumming down, but you could use your finger or your whole hand or a ukulele pick. Any way you want to do it is perfectly fine. So what we're working on right now is strumming together to the beat. So I want you to just strum, playing nothing with your left hand, just your right hand. Strum down 4 times. 1, 2, strum with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's do that again. 2, ready, strum. One more time. 1, 2, ready, strum. All right, so I just wanted you to get the feel of us playing together. Does that feel comfortable? And if you think, oh, I like my thumb, oh no, I'd rather do my finger, change it up. Any way you want to do it. One thing you should know is it should not hurt. So if you're like, oh, that scrapes my nail bed, I don't like it, then try something else. It's no problem. Okay, so before we go into chords and learning our song, our coconut song, I want to make sure that we're in tune. Now, both of those that you have, Allison and Meredith, I gave them to you already in tune. So you're probably fine. But when you get your new one in, Allison, you might want to bring it by and I can help you, because whenever they ship them, they tune it way down. So I might have to help you get back up to normal. But the way you do it, you can use an app. I'm using my phone to video this, or I would show you an app. You can use one of probably hundreds of free tuning apps that are available for your phone. There's one, Guitar Tune. Thank you, Susan. That's a good one. Or if your instrument came with a clip-on tuner, or if you happen to have one or want to get one, those are good too. But the main thing for you to remember, yes, look, it shows actually the names of the strings. That's good, Susan. The main thing to remember are the 4 names of the strings. Starting at the top, the string closest to your face is a G, and then a C, and then an E, and then an A. And the little story that I told Mary Margaret and anybody else who's taken my class, is this long drawn out story with lots of hand motions. But the gist is, there's some cats, they lived next door to a farmer who had an apple orchard, and they kept going over and asking them, or telling him, demanding apples, and he said, no, that's not how you ask. Anyway, after several tries and the kids give me suggestions, maybe you should ask politely, the cats go over and say, may we please have some apples? And he says, of course, because good cats eat apples. So that's the little story that I tell. So if you want to try to remember it, that's the mnemonic I use. Good cats eat apples. You could come up with your own. Anything you want. But G, C, E, A. And the way that works with a tuner, either the one like Susan was showing you or like this, a clip-on tuner, is whenever you play the string, that's the first string. You see how it says G? And it's in tune. If it were too low, it would look like this. And I would just turn the string until it's in the middle. There it is. Do you see how that worked? I'm going to do it again. What's the second one? Good. What? Cats. So here's a C. I'm strumming the second string. Okay, it's way low. It's not even a C, so I'm going to twist it. It's a C, but I want it to go to the middle. There it is. The next one is an E. It should be real close. And then the last one is an A. There it is. Now, how do you know which way to turn it? Ideally, you go counterclockwise to make it go up, but sometimes the strings are put on differently. You just have to kind of use your ear. If you're looking for a G, and you see how this is low for a G, and if I turn it, say, this way, and you can hear it's getting lower, that's no good. So we're going to go the other way until we find a G, and we're in the middle. Does that make sense? You don't have to be perfect at it. I live close by. I can pop over and tune it for you anytime, but that's the gist of getting it in tune. And when we're in tune, when you play one string, you let your finger rest on the next one, and then it rests, and then the last one just plays it. That's easier to find the string than if you were plucking straight out, and then you got to come back and find it. So do this with me. G, C, A. Can you try that with me? Ready? And G, C, A. Very nice. You probably remember the old, my dog has fleas. I don't know how that helps you find it, but that's the melody of the strings. Okay, so now that we're in tune, we're going to learn 2 chords tonight. The most used chord of any that we will, of any songs, of anything that we'll do this summer and more, if you play with me longer, is a C chord. And on your instruments, Allison and Meredith, that's the red sticker. Susan knows where that one is. And to find it, you just go to that 3rd fret. These are called frets, each one of these, just like on a guitar. The fret bars separate the neck into these small sections called frets. You go to the 3rd fret, the bottom string, which is string number 1, and you're going to press, you want to use this finger. Because we use it so much, I do ask you to use the correct finger on this one chord. It's the ring finger, and it will go right there. And what you do is you press that down. I'm pressing it, my fingers towards my thumb, press down while strumming. So this is just the strings, but now I'm going to make it a C chord by pressing this down. Did you hear the difference? I've added this note. Now if it sounds like this, if it sounds like this, that just means I'm not pressing hard enough. So I press harder with my left hand. So what I'd like to do is take a minute and each of you unmute and play me a C chord. How about we start with, who wants to do it? Meredith, you want to go first? Yes, go ahead.
Okay, C chord.
Perfect. Beautiful.
And I realized I wasn't pressing it hard enough to hear the C, so that was a nice guidance from you.
Good, good. I'm so glad. All right, let's hear it one more time because that was beautiful. Okay, good.
Okay.
Beautiful. Well done. Yes. You are on your way. Woo. All right, Allison, you want to try? Hear it? Yep. Raise it up. Nice. Well done. Well done. On our way. All right, Susan, let's hear your C. Beautiful. Beautiful. So it's interesting how the different sounds are. She's using her fingernails and it sounded a little bit different, right? And I use my thumbs a little bit softer. So any way you want to do it, it's up to you. Okay, so that chord is a C chord, and this is not one of the songs that we had talked about, but just for fun, let's do a song with the C chord. We'll just do a folk song. We'll do Row, Row, Row Your Boat, okay? All right, so we have our hand on the C chord, and we're just strumming just like we did before, just one per beat, and we're gonna sing Row, Row, Row Your Boat. Nothing changes for the whole song, the same thing. Ready, play. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. How'd you do? Yay, you played your first song. Awesome. And you know what? There are a lot of songs that just have a C chord. I'll send you a list of them. Brother John, Are You Sleeping? Are You Sleeping? The Farmer in the Dell. Let's see, what's another? Anyway, Three Blind Mice. Thank you, Susan. So there's a whole list of songs that you can play with just that one chord. So I would have just stopped with that for us to work on tonight, but I found this really cool site on YouTube called Play Along Ukulele Chords or something like that. And I thought it was really neat because it plays the music and you can play along with it while it's showing you on the screen. I think I sent it to you guys, the link. And we'll do something very simple tonight where we don't even have to be looking at the music because it's just going to be one chord, but I want you to kind of get used to looking at the music. Because when we start changing chords, you'll need to be used to following where it changes. So for this next song, this coconut, put the lime in the coconut, the chord is a C7, and it's like a C, but instead of your finger being on the 3rd fret, you're gonna put it on the 1st fret. And I use my pointer finger, but you can use any one. Now listen to how different this sounds. It has that nice leading tone. A C major, a regular C chord sounds like this. And then a C7 has that. It's a little bluesy. It's got that part of the pentatonic scale, the blues scale, that gives you a little bit of a little rub. I like that, little tension. So this song is going to be using the C7. Let's do 4 of those in a row. 1, 2, ready, 4 C7s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. And that's basically the whole song. So let me share my screen with, let's see, how do I do this? Share my screen with the song. There it is. Okay, and I can also see you guys. Okay, so the way I'm writing these songs out, and again, I'll email them to you, or maybe you can print them off of Facebook Messenger, however you want me to send them to you, I will. At the very top, it has the picture of the chord, which I will explain a little bit more in just a minute. And then you'll notice each line has lyrics, and on top of the lyrics are the chord. And each line is divided into 4 beats, like we just played 4 C7 chords. And you'll see this whole song, it's all C7s. But I just want you to get used to following along on the beat. Each box, row, column is a beat. Make sense? So that first line sounds like, you can follow along by looking at it, but it sounds like this. Ready, and brother bought a coconut, he bought it for a dime. Does that make sense? Do you see how to follow along? Okay, so let's just do that. We're playing a C7. Let's do a few lines of it. 1, 2, ready, and brother bought a coconut, he bought it for a dime. His sister had another one, she paid it for a lime. She put the lime in the coconut, she drank 'em both up. She put the lime in the coconut, she drank 'em both up. Put the lime to stop it there because that's all I can see on my screen because your pictures are covering up the rest of it. But anyway, I'm going to take it off for a second so I can see you better. Does that make sense? Do you guys understand how we're going to, I call it, and Susan and she's one of the ones who helped me start this, but I call it the block, let's see, somebody's texting, but that's not. I thought it was one of the people we were missing. I call it block chords because you can see the beats and you can just play one time per square. All right, so that's how that works. Now I want to show you the picture. I wonder if I don't think I have it here. That picture that was at the top of the page that showed the C7 chord, it is a picture of this neck. So you'll see the 4 strings, and then it shows where your finger goes to play that chord. Let me see if I can find the big version of that so you can see it a little bit better. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so if you're holding your instrument up, the vertical lines represent your 4 strings, and then the horizontal lines are your frets. So on the C7, if you can't remember how to play the C7, you just hold it up to that picture and it shows you, you put a finger on this string, the one to the far right, and then you put it on the first fret. The C would look like, let's see if I can find one of those. I might have to scroll for a second because it's way back, but I want to show you. Here it is. That's what a C looks like. And you just think, okay, it's this string, but it's on the 3rd fret. That's called tablature. So does that make sense? Everybody understand that? All right, so before we go forward with anything, does anybody have any questions? Susan, yes?
I was going to say, they also described it, I think, remember I told you on the master class, like as an elevator and the floors.
Okay, I like that. Yes, the elevator and the floors. And as it gets closer to the center of the ukulele, it gets higher and higher and higher. Yeah, I like that. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, yes,
That was Jake.
Oh, yeah, Jake. Oh, yeah, the man.
So Tara, is this the way you read ukulele music all the time? I'm asking because, I can get by on reading sheet music from my piano lessons from childhood. Every good boy does fine, FACE. Right. How does that translate to ukulele, or does it not?
Good question. Hey, Susan, would you hold up that book? With ukulele and guitar, for the most part, they just use chords, and it will be on top of the music staff, and that's what I want Susan to show you. It'll just have the names of the chords written in. It's hard to see, but it says a C, and then there's an F and a C.
Yes.
But
so you have separate ukulele music than piano music.
Well, you could use that on piano and play the melody, and then above the staff is written those chords, like on that one that she showed us how to see. Look, the music that's actually on the staff, row, row, row your boat, is piano music. But then written above
you're saying if you play the melody, then you've got to pick out individual notes. Okay.
Yes. Okay, so
Lord,
you can play.
Mercy. I think I'll just stick with the chords. Thank you very much.
I do too, mostly. So there's 2 ways to do it. That tablature way, the picture that I was just showing you, you can use it for chord shapes or for reading music, but it's completely different from reading music on the staff. It's a picture of 4 lines, and you could read it like that. But yes, just like you said, you could also pick out each note on regular piano music. We stick to chords.
Good.
It's supposed to be fun. That does not sound like fun. I can do it, but it takes a lot of effort, and it takes me a lot. Just like when you first start learning piano or something, it takes forever to get it. So I mostly stick to chords.
When you play ukulele, are you playing by ear, or are you, just because you've played them so many years, or if you're learning a new song, do you look at piano music, or you actually look at the same what do you call that picture?
Tab, T-A-B, tab. It's short for tablature.
So do you actually?
Well, good question. I mostly play by ear, but I will use chord sheets like the one that I put up or the ones that Susan was showing you for the names of the chords. But then if I want to fill in other stuff, I do some finger picking, but it's basically on my own. Or I go to YouTube.
From your ear.
Yeah, or I go to YouTube and do a tutorial.
Figure it out.
So,
I gotcha. Thank you for that.
Sure. Allison, how about you? Any questions before we go forward?
Is it okay when you're holding it if your right arm rests a little bit on the ukulele?
Kind of like this?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Any
Okay,
way that you want to hold it that's comfortable. Susan, do you have a strap on that? She does. Well, I was thinking she didn't. Some people hold it and they're actually cradling it in their arms like this. And that's comfortable for them. Not me. I don't like that. I like to rest it on my lap and do just what you said and rest my arm on top. But any way that's comfortable is fine. But yes, it's absolutely fine to rest your arm on top.
Okay.
I will tell you this. The only thing I suggest is you keep it flat to your stomach. If you let it curve with the littles, Meredith, I say it's not a baby, it's a ukulele. Because look, if you're playing your hands right here, if it's twisted this way, you see how much harder it is for your hand to get to it. So that's the only technique thing that I recommend is make sure it's flat. But yeah, you can rest in it. You can rest your leg on it if you want to. Anything you want. All right, well, let's try this. I'm going to go over to the video. Now, that's going to go faster than we just did it. But remember, it's just one chord over and over. And we're going to be playing it. I'm going to play it here. Let's see. I'm not on original sound, so it should be... No, I am going to enable. So hopefully you can hear it. If it starts and you can't hear it, you know how Zoom is. Just let me know, and we won't even worry about it. But I'd like to try it. So let's see. Website. Let me see. Okay, I might go dark for just a second while I'm looking this up. Share this, copy the link, and now I'm back here. Share this. Let's see if it comes. Yes, it does. Let's make it a full screen. Okay, it won't let me do a full screen. All right, so I'm going to play it. It doesn't make any noise right at first, but when it says 1, 2, ready, play, it starts. So I will get ready. All right, here it comes. Tell me if you can hear this. Can you guys hear it? Okay, so I'm gonna pause it, but so could you hear it? I couldn't even hear it. Hold on, I'm gonna close this and get back. Could y'all really hear it? Okay, it wasn't even coming through mine. I could barely hear it, but good. I'm glad you did. So you see how? Yes, Allison.
Was I supposed to be able to see the words? Because I couldn't see the words anymore either.
Just the screen of the video was all I had up.
Okay.
And there were some
I just heard
words.
the music and it was a still screen.
Oh.
Like Allison saying.
I see. Okay, well, I'll have to figure out how to do that better. But now you have the link, so you can, I think I sent it to you. You can just click on that and play on it at home. So I just really like that idea of watching the music and sorry, you didn't see the screen moving, but you see the words coming up and it tells you when to change. And that's a lot more fun to me sometimes than just looking at the paper. So anyway, that's our first song and our first 2 chords and our discussion of how to hold it and how to tune it. So how do y'all feel? Was it too much? Was it too little? Was it okay? You're good? Meredith, will you come back? Did anybody get scared off? Good. Okay, so take these 2 chords, C and C7, and the link for that video and also the sheet that I sent you, and have some fun with it this week. Any questions before we finish up? All right, you guys rocked. You did it. Yay, congratulations. And I will send you the video that I made of this too, so you can go back through and listen to it. All right. Well, if you don't have any questions, I will see you guys next week. Bye. Thank you. Thank you.